Hey guys, I'm Ganesh and you're watching Gadget Kada. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about 5 tips and tips which you can use in Snapseed. So, without further ado, let's roll. So the first step is to use Snapseed to remove pimples and things like that from faces. So let's just open a face, okay, and as you can see, this image, it has a lot of pimples and stuff like that. So in order to do that, what you have to do is click on tools and then click healing. So healing is the brush which you can use to remove pimples and things like that. So you'll have to zoom in as much as possible and then you can click on. As you can see, that has been removed. Okay, so sorry, you have to remove using this. So we have to remove these 3. Let's click on them. And that's it, it's gone. Let's just see if, okay, let's just remove this. That's it. And as you can see, the pimples and things like that have been removed. So it is that easy to remove pimples and black marks and stuff like that. So if you want to click a portrait and then make it beautiful, you can use Snapseed and edit those portraits. Okay, so next one is cropping and vignetting. It is always a good thing to crop and vignette. So in this image, if you can see, I can crop either this or let's crop this pigeon. Okay, so let's go to tools and let's choose the crop tool. Let's first crop this pigeon and let's just crop both. As you can see, I have cropped the image, and if I want this to be in focus, I can do that. So let's just try to undo that and let's just crop it a little more to the center of the image. And yeah, it has been cropped. Now let's just go for the ambience. Okay, that's enough. So this is vignette. Vignette is, what vignette does is it will give a vignetting effect to the others and it will bring the focus to our subject. Here the bird is the focus. So as you can see, as I vignette it, the other things get vignetted and the main focus, that is the bird, comes into picture. So vignetting is a good feature which you can use and which you should use in all your images. So that's that. So the next one is to use lens blur. So lens blur, you can find it here. So lens blur kind of gives, it will automatically find the face and it kind of gives a DSLR effect. So let's just do it like this. And as you can see, I can increase the vignette strength, I can increase the blur strength as well. So if I increase the blur strength to the right, it's totally blurred out. Well, I don't want that. I might want a blur strength of this much is enough for me. And I can with the transition, you can increase or decrease the transition. I think that's enough. And as you can see, this image, so this was the original image and it has become into this. So with a little bit of vignetting and lens blur, it will give a really cool DSLR kind of effect. So the next one is to use the selection tool to selectively edit. So let's find the selective. So this is the selective. This is the selection tool. Upon click, and you can click to bring up the icon. So this part, as you can see, this part is little bit darker. So I'll just click here, and as you can see, a bubble has come up. So this is the brightness. I can increase the brightness. As you can see, the brightness has been increased. I can increase the saturation as well. I can increase the structure. I can increase the contrast as well. So as you can see, this has become much more brighter than previous. So if you want to see the original one, let's just click here. This has been selectively edited. As you can see, this was original and This was original pic, and now this is selective editing. So selective editing you can use to selectively edit the darker areas or the much more brighter areas and correct the contrast, color and things like that. So the next one is to use the perspective tool. So as you open it, you can find the perspective tool here itself, and you can use the perspective tool on images which have a perspective, like on roads or rails or things like that, and then you can change the perspective. So let's just correct the perspective right now, align the buildings to the straight line, and the perspective is corrected right now. I can do it like that as well. A little bit. It will try to fill up those areas as well on the sides which are now being changed, and I think that's done. That's good. So as you can see, the perspective has been changed. If I touch it, you can see the old image. This is the old perspective, and this is the new corrected perspective. So you can change the perspective of images as well. So this is the last step which we have given you, and always try to use ambience, which actually pops up the image. It'll give the darker, make the darker parts much more brighter. So this is a bonus tip for you guys. I hope that you have liked this video. If you have, please leave a like and also share and subscribe to Gadget Kada for more such videos. So until next time, bye bye.